Let me in. There, Arya is first to connect. Bagus, can you hear us? Yes?
Okay.
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 Indra was already clicking the link even before I opened the Zoom again. So,
Yes.
wait, I seriously got distracted because of your hacker man and so on and so on and so on. Are you sure hacking is not always bad?
Yes, because some people that doing enter the like website or to you can worker, but what the purpose is to find the weakness of the software, so the the builder can fix it up. It can be called hacker too.
Yeah.
And
Do
many
you
hackers
agree with
that
that?
yes.
Arya?
I'm
Uh,
not pretty sure
Pardon?
because I think I'm not pretty sure because hacking is like enter someone's privacy.
Without permission?
Yeah, I think that like
Yeah,
Indra said,
it's
like if the situation is like that, I think it called programming.
Is
No,
that really
like
hacking
when
if
you
you're
try to,
no. If programming, you build a program. It's a programming. If hacking is
you
you
try
enter
to
someone,
destroy?
yes, you enter. If you destroy it, so you are cracking. But if you're not destroying just to find what is the weakness, it's called hacking. Because some industry like Google is sometimes want other people to hack
yeah, I read about that.
his software to
Yeah,
help the Google to find what the weakness of the software.
and then Google give money, right?
Yes,
Like
yes, give money, and then Google
oh
give
that
money.
means Google give permission to the hacker, right?
yeah,
Yes,
they,
but
like
it's still called hacking.
yeah, they challenge people to find like error
Yes,
in Google so that they can
Assalamualaikum.
fix it, and then they will give the money.
What? Google what?
Google gives money if you can find the loophole in their program.
Oh, everyone does it too, like Microsoft.
Microsoft.
Yeah.
See, can you imagine that someone is creating something and then they actually pay people to find the errors in their programs? You all should pay me some money to find the errors in your writing. Create the
we pay money to
writing.
Lia.
So no, the main point of this is that when you create something, try to put it in your head that it's never perfect. It will never be perfect, and you need other people to point the errors that you make. Okay, it's impossible for you, even if you are Steve Jobs, say, even if you were Steve
Yeah.
Jobs, it would be impossible for you to find all the little errors, all the errors yourself. You need someone else to do that. So when you have errors,
Yeah.
don't be disheartened. Like, oh my God, I made so many errors. Don't. It just means you need to fix them.
Even if we create a something perfect, it will be outdated with something new.
There's
Yeah,
nothing
that's correct.
perfect.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Kesempurnaan hanya milik Allah.
Of course.
Subhanallah.
Kesalahan hanya milik Bunda Dorce. Okay, so there will never be a perfect thing, Indra. You need to put that in your mind. So when somebody
If
finds
I say if if
if
it's perfect, if
so when somebody finds an error in your work, in your creation, be happy. It means that that person is trying to help you to make your creation better. Okay.
yes,
Yeah. Okay.
So don't be disheartened. This is the thing that we need to discuss more. We are actually going a little bit further from our topic, but it's okay. You still have your discussion. This one. You don't have this in your flip materials. There's a language called Silbo. Okay. In your listening comprehension, it was not Silbo, right? What did you hear in your listening comprehension? Inventions in communication, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you to see this video about Silbo. This is the
Whistling.
yep.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking to birds.
The whistling sound you just heard is a language that's thousands of years old. It's native only to a small island off the west coast of Africa called La Gomera in the Spanish Canary Islands. Francisco Correa is a teacher of Silbo and manages the education of the language on this tiny, remote, and scenic island.
Y yo aprendí a silbar pues de pequeño, pues te iban silbando nombres, silbando de cosas sencillas y así empecé a silbar. ¿Cuándo fue la primera vez que oí silbar? Yo no lo recuerdo, porque tampoco recuerdo cuándo oí la primera vez hablar, porque el silbo se enseña, a los pequeños se enseñaba en casa a la vez que se enseñaba a hablar. Pues igual que tú llamas al niño por su nombre, para que venga a comer o a hacer cualquier cosa, pues igual te llaman silbando, porque era una forma de comunicación habitual y normal.
The cavernous topography of the island allows users to communicate up to 7 kilometers away. The Spanish government is keeping Silbo alive through programs such as Correas. Silbo is a language that imitates the phonetic sounds of Spanish. Students practice it all the way through high school and after 10 years prove a firm grasp of the language.
La Gomera también se le llama la isla mágica, porque tiene un encanto especial. La Gomera es una isla donde hay muchas historias, muchas leyendas, y el silbo podría parecer algo pues como parte de esas leyendas, pero hay quien puede verlo así, pero también hay que verlo como una herramienta que se utilizó en su momento y que ahora se utiliza también, no con la asiduidad que se utilizó en su momento, pero sí hay determinados nichos y lugares donde se sigue utilizando pues, como una herramienta de comunicación.
The language is only rarely heard around the island, but Pancho, a herdsman, still uses Silbo to round up his goats on La Gomera. Despite not being able to communicate with his neighbors through the language, he preserves this tradition.
Sí, barato, más rápido, no cobertura y no gasta dinero. El teléfono sale muy caro.
Sí, es más linda también.
Uy, sí, sí. Y mucha gente se silba y si no entiende el silbo, no sabe. No sabe.
For Time.com, this is Laurent Laughlin reporting from La Gomera, Spain.
La Gomera. There. Have you ever heard anything like the Silbo language before?
Pramuka at
Yeah,
Pramuka.
watch it on YouTube,
Thailand.
like the Turkish.
It's like that. I
Turkish?
don't know.
Oh, it's like
Pramuka
Morse code.
using Morse code.
Yes, Morse.
Morse code. What
Yeah.
else? Turkish. I don't know anything about the Turkish though. Arya, what do you mean?
No, I watch it in the Great Big Times. Do you know that channel?
Oh,
Uh-huh.
I know, but it's dead now.
Yeah, but it's not
Great
that
big
like.
story.
Yeah, I watch it like a couple of times.
Hmm. So do you think a
And one
language?
language that specifically for the animals.
Ah,
Like the speaker was a girl, I forgot.
I see.
But not for person to person, human to human.
But from human to
herding
animals. Mm. Do you think a
Mhm,
language?
Yeah.
But this one syllable is from human to human, right? Do you think a language like this needs to be like retained, like needs to be, I don't know, keep from extinction?
Of
What
course.
do you think?
Of
To
course.
save the language.
Yes, of course.
Why?
It's
Or why not?
one of the magic of the world, maybe.
Because it's like a part of a cultural, someone's culture
Mhm.
and
Yes.
someone's legend.
Yes.
Even though it's
I don't know,
difficult
yeah, it's
to learn it?
culture.
Right.
Even though it's difficult.
It's difficult to use it right now.
Fasha?
It's difficult to use it right now.
Yeah, I suppose so. So you don't think Silbo needs to be saved?
I think it's to be safe if there is
Wait,
another world war.
wait. I was asking Fasha. Do you think it needs to be saved from dying out?
I don't know, but for now, because there is a coronavirus, we have to use masks. And how to like?
But they don't. They actually have a lot of distance between them. So it's not face to face. It's really far away, kilometers away.
Because like it will be echoing through the mountain.
Echoing. Yes. Good. Echo. It's because cell phone is
You freezing, Indra.
Yes. Yes.
And he's like, I'm on the way. Yes.
Yes.
Me.
Farah is freezing too.
Yes, really.
There you
Hello?
go.
Normal.
He's fine now. Okay, so cell phones are a lot more expensive than the Technic Silbo.
Yeah.
If you think Silbo needed to be saved, how about the Japanese language? Except Arya, all of you were raised in Surabaya, right? All of you grew up in Surabaya.
Not
Yeah.
really, actually.
A part-time in
except you,
Kalimantan
Arya.
itu.
That's why I said except you. Hana,
Yeah, I already know the
Sometime
hard,
in
the
Kalimantan, but
Japanese, the
majority in
Kasar
Surabaya.
version.
though.
wait.
The what?
Let me check one by one. Hana, where did you grow up? I mean, where
I
did
only
you?
spent 2 years in Kalimantan, so it's mainly Surabaya.
Mainly Surabaya. Okay, Bagus. How about you?
I grew up in Surabaya.
Surabaya. Fasha?
I grew up in Sidoarjo.
Different city.
Okay, Sidoarjo it is. Indra?
Surabaya.
Surabaya. My main point is, when you grew up in Surabaya, you must have Japanese language as one of your subjects at school, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you think the government needs to do that? I mean, like they force students to learn Javanese, even though you are not a Javanese. For example, my cousins are actually Batak.
Ah.
He has been living in Surabaya for all of his life, and he had to learn Javanese. Do you think it needs to be done like that?
I have several opinions about this, but it's too long, so I think I don't. I will let everyone
Never mind.
talk,
Come
and I
on.
don't.
Come on, Hannah, summarize it.
Huh?
We still have
Summarize
40
them.
minutes again.
No,
Really?
no, I haven't had my dinner, so I'm going to cut it at straight 9 o'clock. Hannah,
Really?
summarize your opinions.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. If people were to learn Javanese in schools, government first children in Java to learn Javanese. I think if they meant to do that to maintain the culture, I think it's okay. But if they wait, but the case is if like your cousin, they are Batakese, but they live in Surabaya and then had to force to learn Japanese. I think it's not to the case is not to keeping the heritage um introducing the culture to the kids that grew up in Java, but it's more like forcing because they are not Japanese. Does that make sense?
Maybe.
I'm
Not
rambling
really.
things. I'm sorry.
The
Me,
last
I-
part, I don't know. But others, your opinions?
For me, I think it's never mind because it's to communicate to local people. Too easy. Yes, I think
But you
Indonesia
can
is.
learn it like a meta.
Yes,
meta
I
Do you
know.
do you
linguistically.
communicate in Javanese with local people?
Of course.
Really? Not Surabayaan?
No, Surabaya. Yes, Surabayan, of course.
They don't
Not
teach.
Java.
They don't actually teach Surabayaan at school. They teach Javanese, the real Hanacaraka.
Yeah, that's
Japanese
also
there is
my
a
case. I
ngoko, right?
forgot to tell it, but I will say something.
Surabayan is like ngoko.
So
Yes,
when do you actually use the language that you learn?
To go to church.
Yeah, I've just
Because
realized
the church use Java apa sih Kromo like GKJW. GKJW
Oh,
uses
only GKJW. If you go to HKBP, they don't use Japanese.
Yeah, they don't use that. And that's also my case because when I was in third and fourth grade, I was in Kalimantan and I learned bahasa Banjar language, and I don't get any Hana Jaraka. So now I can write like complex Hana Jaraka, like using the big capital words, capital letters. I only know basic Hana Jaraka.
The thing is,
so yeah,
Surabaya don't actually Surabaya people don't actually use that language to communicate daily. It's a different matter when you learn that in Jogja, for example. They still use that language for daily living.
They still keep the ngoko.
I talked to my cousin from Solo with Spanish.
The one that you learn at school, so the poso.
The ngoko one because she's my cousin.
The ngoko.
I think Surabaya is ngoko, but it's still like a harsh way.
But when my family is together and they talk with Japanese with Kromo, I understand about it, but when I have to talk it with Kromo, I can't.
Yeah. Passive ability.
So you think it's still useful?
Yes. Me too, like Pasha.
Sort of. This is Fasha. Kind of useful.
I think I have a lot of friends that cannot knowing Japanese.
Yep. How about you, Gus? What's your opinion? What? Gus, no audio. Sorry.
Hello.
Yeah, there.
I think it's okay to learn Japanese in school. Like we learn some culture, some ceremonies, like Japanese thing. But for Honachoroko, I don't think so because we never actually learn it and never apply it in daily life.
Yes.
One of the I don't
Yeah,
like
except
Honachoroko.
we learn like historical in
Yeah.
Japanese. It's
Mhm.
fine,
Mm.
but we still need to learn like a ceremony in Java, like what culture, like a poem in Japanese.
Mm.
We still need to learn it.
Mhm.
Arya, what do you think? Did you even learn Honachoroko at school? Have you ever got that lesson?
Yes, but to be honest, until now, I still struggle.
Same.
When
I still
Same.
when I have like writing test or something like that, I often ask my friend because it looks like a Thailand, bahasa Thailand. I don't understand.
Yeah.
But
I
if
asked Mercy to
Suraboyan,
my teacher.
but if Suraboyan like not just sometimes, not often, I will ask my friend like, for example, like the first time I came here, like what is adus, what is
Mm-mm.
etc, blah 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 blah. I just ask my friend,
Mangan, yeah.
mangan, what is?
Mhm.
I just like that, stuff like that.
Yeah, because unlike English, Japanese has different words for different level
Yeah,
of
Mhm.
speakers.
yeah,
Formal?
More
Yeah.
word,
Pardon?
yeah.
more rich word.
Ah, there
Japanese
you
is
go.
very rich, the word.
Yep,
Yes.
exactly. Like
Yeah.
Even in Indonesia, still have like that
Yes.
thing, that kind of
Mhm.
level. Like you have to use pa.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in English, you can call just like uh,
Sir,
it's in
Mister.
pleasure, Mister. Yeah.
oh,
You know the Indonesian of jelungup, jengking, glosor.
Falling to the ground,
Calling to the
falling up
crowd.
from a chair. But yeah, even in my
Glosor, Jengging.
Japanese club lesson, we use Japanese to compare it with Japanese because there's no like the word in Indonesia. It just
Mm-mm.
don't have the kick to it.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. We translate to Japanese.
Japanese is very hard because it
Yeah.
looks backwards. You must switch it. I don't
Yes,
know.
yes. The grammar
I
is
read about
flipped,
it.
so you have to listen to the end of the sentence. Yeah.
So hard.
Now, the main question is still there. Do you think it needs to be done that way? Do we need to preserve the language?
Preserve,
Yes.
yes, but
To
the
know.
method of preserving is still questionable, debatable. Wow.
Yeah, I
Debatable.
think it needs to be dilestarikan, but it's not important.
Preserved.
Like it. Yeah,
Preserve.
preserve. It's just like you have the purpose is like to know the every culture in Indonesia. Like in different city, like in Bandung you have Sundanese, and like
Yep.
in Batam you have Arab
Mhm.
Melayu.
Because Jakarta doesn't have
In
bahasa
Surabaya you have
daerah, right?
Javanese.
They do. They learn
Oh,
Betawi.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Betawi.
Betawi.
Yeah, stuff like that.
I
To know
see.
each other culture so you can exchange and get know better,
Yeah.
get along better.
Maybe.
Mhm.
This is my opinion. Maybe the easiest to reserve it is to is order us to uh what is mempelajari yes like that. It's easiest
Learn.
way to reserve it. It's the easiest to reserve it.
Preserve it.
Yes, reserve it is like that. Maybe that's for me.
Don't you think the easiest way to preserve a language is to make the
Is to
language
speak.
alive? Yes, to speak it. So if
Mhm.
the
Yes,
government
the language,
government
everything.
really want to preserve the language,
Yes,
they should
but
force
the people.
people to speak the language.
Yeah.
For example, but
Lebih joyusan cara kain.
exactly, we are actually forced to speak Indonesian because we
Mhm.
said that there's only one language, Indonesian language.
But the
That's
thing
the
I realized, because the teacher every Monday they use Hanacaraka, their name tag, but it's in Hanacaraka.
In your
If
school?
Oh, yes, yes.
yeah, if I
Yeah.
recall correctly, yeah, they use
Nice.
their name tags with Hanacaraka. I think that's neat.
Yep.
Now
To
it's
be-
the people.
Yeah.
It's depend on the people.
If you've ever seen Hansol's video, he
Chang
wants
Hansol, wakaru.
Yep.
Oh, Hansol.
Yang Hansol.
Mukbang,
Tokopedia.
Tokopedia host.
Jang Hansol. Indra doesn't know Jang Hansol. Bagus, you don't know Jang Hansol.
No.
Uncultured.
No.
I never
Anyways.
see the
Cultured.
sosok
Oh,
in person
no.
because it's always Korean.
No. Jang Hansol is actually a Korean who
Malang.
lived.
He grew up in Malang.
Yeah.
He grew up in Malang, and he learned Hanacaraka, and he could still read the language, and he is proud
he grew
that
up
he could do
here.
that. So, yeah, I think it. There you go, Jang Hansol. Okay,
Mas Hansol.
Hansol. YouTuber.
Wow.
Bolo-bolo.
Yeah.
Bolo bolo.
Bolo Bolo.
Glowing.
Yes.
Bolo bolo. Hari ini kita akan membahas kasus pembunuhan.
Selamat datang di orang Korea yang luwe.
Betul. Luwe.
Luwe. I like the luwe one.
And there is like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Business is really cool.
Wow.
there's another one. That's the bully. Like speaks Japanese. He lives in Surabaya. Who's that again?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Londo
Mister.
Londo
No,
kampung.
Londo
Yeah.
Londo Kampung.
Bule Londo.
Londo
Apa?
Kampung.
Londo Jowo.
Oh.
Londo Kampung.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
He actually
He's very.
speaks.
The pronunciation is very
Luar
perfect.
He actually
More than
speaks
us.
Japanese better than his Australian English. So when he speaks English,
The
his
irony.
accent is not Australian. His Australian accent is not that clear anymore. He even admitted, I think I've
Mhm.
lost my Australian accent because he's been living here for too long.
But I
So,
heard that Australian learn Indonesia too, right?
pardon?
I heard that in Australia they learn bahasa Indonesia too.
Yes.
Like some school.
It's one of the subjects that you can take during middle school and high school.
Oh yeah,
So-
because you choose your own subject, yeah.
Yes, you get to choose your own subjects, and Bahasa Indonesia is one of the subjects that you can choose. There you go.
Oh,
Neat.
that's good.
I think it's neat.
So to preserve the language, we need to speak it.
It's dinner
Same with
time.
you. If you want to,
It's dinner time.
if you want to preserve, I know. If you want to preserve your English language, English skills, keep speaking it, keep using it. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't constrain without T.
Oh,
Don't constrain
Oh.
yourself only speaking English during Zoom time, but try doing it in every way possible. Okay?
nice.
Because
Ooh.
you're going to graduate soon, and most
Oh, no.
people, after they graduate, they stop talking English.
Yeah, exactly.
But maybe we will meet again
Wait,
at
see,
TOEFL class.
exactly. Indra is going to join the TOEFL class,
But
Nice.
when I have
and
enter
even the IELTS
university.
prep. Yeah.
Ooh,
Wow.
big brain.
Big brain.
Ooh,
Big brain
Okay.
gang.
massive brain.
Because TOEFL is very hard. We need
Oh,
it when
if you think TOEFL is hard, you may need to think twice. IELTS is harder.
I'm sorry to break it to
Yeah.
you, but
Okay, so but first thing first, we need to graduate from higher intermediate 4. So keep working on that
Nice.
essay. Pasha, keep working on that
Looks
essay because we're going to go back to that essay next week. Okay. For now, have a great weekend. If you can,
Yay.
please check your essay again and fix that. Well, this is
Have a great
already
dinner.
Wednesday, Indra. This is Indra like what? Weekend? This is already Wednesday. I can only meet you again on Monday. So have a great weekend. Okay?
Yay.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for joining me
great dinner.
today.
Thank you, Miss. Stay
Yay.
healthy,
Next time, 10
everyone.
minutes.
Don't forget to drink water.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Dinner time.
See you.
Bye.
See you on Monday.